SpaceX is poised to acquire a new launch complex for Starship, in addition to the launch complexes at Starbase and LC-39A. But why is SpaceX making this move? And what implications will it have for the future development of Starship? With 3 launch complexes and 4 launch pads on the horizon, one might question if any other private space company in the aerospace industry can match SpaceX's ambitious plans. Find out more in this episode of SpaceX Flight. But before we get in, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so you don't miss another awesome episode. And with that, let's get into it. With the SpaceX Starship program advancing rapidly, Starbase buzzes with activity as rocket hardware is continuously manufactured and supplied. Given SpaceX's expansive scope, the company recognizes the necessity for additional launch facilities to cater to its growing demands. It's clear that relying solely on 2 to 3 launch towers won't suffice for Starship operations. Recently, there's been heightened attention on SpaceX's potential expansion to one of the largest launch pads at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Space Launch Complex 37, SLC-37. This historic site, dating back to the 1960s, witnessed 8 Saturn I and Saturn 1B rocket launches conducted by NASA in preparation for the Apollo program, where afterward it remained inactive for 30 years before finally being used by ULA to launch the Delta IV rockets, where it was launched over 34 times. As of now, the Delta rockets are in the process of being retired, and with only one Delta IV rocket is waiting to be launched, ULA will ultimately relinquish control of the facility back to the Space Force to find new tenants. And unsurprisingly, leading the charge to acquire a new launch pad is SpaceX. Experts in the industry have positioned SpaceX as the prime contender to assume control of the launch pad infrastructure, comprising a mobile gantry, flame trenches, a launch tower, and associated facilities. If SpaceX secures the facility, it intends to demolish and reconstruct it to facilitate Starship launches. Given the formidable power of the Starship during liftoff, government agencies have initiated environmental assessments to evaluate its impact on local wildlife. These assessments typically entail a lengthy process, spanning approximately a year before any substantial decisions are made. However, SpaceX has alternatives available. One option involves constructing an entirely new launch complex, dubbed Space Launch Complex 50, on undeveloped land situated between Pad 37 and Pad 40. Environmental reviews are anticipated as part of this process as well. People wonder why SpaceX won't stay with Starbase in Texas. And that is simply because of geography. When conducting test flights, it is important to keep the vehicle away from large land masses with large populations, and launching from Starbase means it has to avoid Florida to the north and the Caribbean countries to the south, and moving to the Kennedy Space Center will definitely help, as spacecraft will have a much wider space they can travel across. SpaceX expanding to the Florida coast will bring enormous benefits to the region. As a major aerospace company like SpaceX, opening launch facilities will provide jobs, support a wide range of industries, the prominent of which being tourism, and help turn the Florida coast into a major spaceport for missions to low Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars, and beyond. That's all for today's episode. We really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Please share your thoughts with us in the comment box below. We value your input, and it helps us create better videos for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.